Hello, I'm Skylarr, and this is r/Malicious Compliance, a subreddit where you do exactly what you're told to do. Exactly what you're told to do. I hope you enjoy it. Let's get into the video. So this is a short one, and it happened just today, and maybe it fits under r/petty revenge as well. I'm taking a third year of vocational school. r/petty revenge, by the way, is a revenge subreddit for things that happen and then somebody else takes it completely out of proportion and gets revenge about it. This time the roles are flipped. In this story, it's the teacher's turn. My class gets free time pretty randomly throughout the day, and since it's Monday, most of my class were pretty picky about the time remaining and argued with T about the 2 minutes at the end of the break. T wanted to start a lesson, but students wanted to remain 2 minutes, so T said whatever, and we got our rest. So we went about our day, but at the end of the last lesson, some students wanted to leave early to not miss the bus, but teachers said no. If you're gonna argue about minutes, so am I. You'll have to say the last 5 or you'll be marked absent. They stayed and missed the bus, then had to wait about 40 minutes for the next. Now, I'm the guy all the way in the back of the class. Pretty chill, doesn't care what happens. This didn't affect me in any way, so I thought it was hilarious. What's funny about the story is that these people obviously go to college, as there doesn't seem to be any kind of school-provided transportation, since, of course, another bus came 40 minutes later. So why were they trying to get free time for 2 extra minutes? Obviously they weren't trying to finish their Lego creation that they made because they were in kindergarten or anything like that, so come on. Alright, now let's move on to our second story. I always go the extra mile, Janet. I used to work in a large DIY store and had a manager, I'll call her Janet, that would run her department like a tyrant. I was her least favorite employee, and she made this clear from day one. One day, in an annual performance meeting, she expressed how disappointed she was in me and that I should go the extra mile for customers, and they're always right. This went on my personal file. This store had lots of younger staff and would regularly get unreasonable requests from customers, especially on timber cutting. This is when I had the genius idea to do every customer requests to see how far I could push it. A couple of weeks later, an elderly couple came in wanting a fireplace. I showed them the display model, it was high up on a wall, and the gentleman wanted to see the boxed wood color to see if it would match his furniture. He said the display is perfect, but the one in the box was wrong. I informed him it's because the wood was coated in a special varnish so it looked fresh on display. He says, "Can I have the one up there?" I say, "Of course, you can have it, and I'll be ready by 8 p.m. tonight, as I have to take it apart and replace it with the box one." 3 hours later, Janet walks in, and I'm building the full fireplace in the middle of the store.
Why the heck have you taken that down? It was fitted a week ago.
The customer wants this one, and they're always right, so I've gone the extra mile. She storms off, and I spend a full shift replacing it, taking my time. The customer was so happy I did it, they gave me 20 pounds and a thank you card. The following Friday, a local gospel choir came in at around 7:30 p.m., 30 minutes from closing. "Hello, child. Could you do this timber order?" It was a full pallet of timber sheets to be cut into lots of pieces. I explained that it would take me a couple of hours, and we closed in 30 minutes.
"We don't mind waiting, and you'll be doing the Lord's work. Jesus was a carpenter, child."
Who am I to deny the Lord's work, even though I am an atheist? I asked the store manager if I can do it, as it's for a local church, and they're doing a new stage for Sunday. The manager said yes. "Please stay late, and Janet can stay late too, to lock up after you, and I'll lock the rest of the store. Just get them to pay before we close." Janet was mad. She was meant to go out to a party, but the choir was so happy they were singing gospel songs with my name put in them for 3 hours. When I was done, I loaded their van, and they hugged me. A very nice review was later posted online, and my store manager was happy. Not Janet, though. She tried giving me a written warning for making her late, and I refused to sign it. I said the customer was right, so I was right. The store manager was informed of my refusal to sign, and he went mental at Janet for giving me a warning. He said she was undermining his authority, and he told me to do it, and she was giving me a petty warning for nothing. My previous warnings by Janet were removed, and Janet got a serious talking to, and she got a warning. I still did the occasional unreasonable request for customers, if it would kill some time, or if it was for a good cause, like building a full rabbit hutch out of scrap wood for a single dad and his little girl for £1, as we decided the price for cut-off wood. Most importantly, Janet learned to be careful what she pulled staff up on and left me alone. I feel like this is more of a Tales from Work story, but I will be doing an episode on that later. For our third story on r/malicious compliance, not allowed to use school PowerPoints? Let's bring in a generator. So I posted this on r/pro-revenge, but I figured it also belongs here, so here we go. PR is principal, Dept is deputy principal, Hod is head of department for IT, and TG is tech guy at our school. Me, obviously, is me. So I am in grade 8, and our school has a bring your own device policy, where we can use our own laptops instead of books in class. Now, here's the deal. At the start of this year, there was a new policy introduced that would not let us charge our laptops at school. The policy said something along the lines of, students are not allowed to use school PowerPoints to charge any personal devices. So I was not the only one in my class annoyed at the policy, as most people's laptops die in class, and they then get punished for their laptops dying. So it was only a matter of time before somebody did something. I was hanging around with my friends at the TG's room. I know him fairly well, and I decided to make a change.org petition to get the policy lifted. I went home that night and typed out a 10,000-word article on how the policy disadvantages most students and how the risks that it's supposed to prevent are not dangerous. One of my other friends is fairly influential and has around 6.3 thousand followers on Instagram. So I got home and asked him to spread the petition link. At around 10 p.m. that night, we had a solid 300 signatures. The school has around 900 people attending, so I was pretty excited to get to school. I walk into class with the fully charged laptop ready to procrastinate doing my work. It was first period, and it was about 5 minutes to lunch, and another one of the tech guys, who I knew was more rule-abiding and strict, walked in. He comes in and asks for me, and another friend. So I walk with him and we go straight to the deputy's office. There was about 4 of us. There was me, friend 1, friend 2, and friend 3. Friend 1 was my Croatian friend who helped me the most. Friend 2 was another friend, more American. And friend 3 was my slightly Indian friend. I'm gonna attempt to do some accent and stuff to make this flow better than me just saying friend 1, friend 2, stuff like that. So let's see how this goes. Let me know if you like it in the comments. Alright, this is the deputy principal, just to give you some basis as to who I'm doing.
Do you know why I have brought you in here?
Yep, it's about the petition.
So do you 3 know why you're here?
Yes, I helped him a bit.
Nada.
Nope. The deputy principal then asks friend 2 and friend 3 to come and look over at her screen. It was painful watching her sort through emails for 5 minutes, trying to find a screenshot somebody sent her.
Were you aware that he put your name on the petition?
Nope.
No, I wasn't. Why did you put my name on the petition? He said to me. Basically, because I made the petition, I wanted to get my friends out of trouble, so I got them out of trouble and they went back to period 2. Now, at this point, I was waiting for the principal to get out of a meeting so she could speak to me about it. I ended up waiting around 90 minutes for her to talk to me, and this crap goes down.
Why did you put this petition up?
Because I wanted to change the no chart.
You realize there are better ways of doing that?
I know that. I tried, but no one listened.
Okay, well, you didn't need to make a petition. I have been receiving spam emails about the petition.
She shows me about 60 emails of people spamming her about the petition. I'm so proud that MP4. I made the petition to show what...
You wanna know why I took so long?
Why?
I had to speak to our legal team.
At this point, I'm pretty confused.
You are not allowed to use mine or head of department's emails and names. Our private information.
It's not private, anyone can see it.
Stop being a know-it-all. You are also not allowed to use the school logo on your petition. I will be checking tomorrow to see if it has been deleted. Otherwise, I will be speaking to your parents. Also, you are saying all this without reading the rules. You are allowed to charge during breaks and before and after school.
Idea! I already knew that you couldn't delete petitions, but what if I fixed up the petition to follow the rules? So what I did, I redacted and censored all the information. I sent out a reminder saying that we are being censored and are still working on making a difference. Around 2 days go by and nothing. She doesn't complain, I don't complain. I go down to the library to charge that break. Long story short, the librarian kicks me out for charging. I argue that principal told me we could charge, but that doesn't go anywhere. Now, this is where the good crap comes in. The malicious compliance. The rules say we weren't allowed to use school PowerPoints to charge. The revenge. It had been a full week and we had the same class. Note that the head of department for IT is a 70-year-old woman and doesn't know what Alt-Tab is, a basic shortcut on a computer. I heard from Tech Guy that they are only hiring her because of budget cuts, because she was already the head of department for maths. They didn't have to pay her more to be the head of department for IT. Anyway, I buy a generator online that is noisy, but not enough to be considered noise pollution, but is still annoying. I have head of department for first period. The classroom is on the same level in the same block as Tech Guy's room. I take the generator up there and keep it at Tech Guy's room. I take my laptop to his place, saying that my trackpad isn't working. I had just disabled it. I walk into the class wheeling generator, and my friend just cracks up laughing. Head of department is mad and tells me to get out, and we argue that I'm not doing anything wrong. She gives up. You can slowly see her breaking during the lesson, getting more and more mad. My laptop was at 100%. I was happy. I didn't care. Coincidentally, 3 days later, the policy gets lifted and we are allowed to freely charge. Too long didn't read. Not allowed to use school PowerPoints. Brings in generator and policy forbidding the charging gets lifted. This right here is my dream, especially being in middle school still. I believe that's where grade 8 is. I'm pretty sure though it's different than 8th grade, but still. It's wow. This right here, good revenge right there. Terrible policy in the school, petition.org, a petition actually works, gets the attention of the school. That was just good right there. Hopefully the story isn't fake. So, I guess that wraps things up for this video. I think we did a good job. If you have any feedback, please leave a comment. No need to subscribe, but it would be nice. I'll see you in the next video.